students. Mr. Campbell here. I wanted to touch base briefly about the degrees of reading power assessment. We're going to be taking the DRP this Thursday, May 28th. This video will tell you just a little bit about what the DRP is, a reminder actually of what the DRP is, and then how to use the tools in the remote learning DRP platform. Please do watch the whole thing. It'll be pretty quick. So this Thursday, May 28th, is when we are taking the DRP remotely. This is the third time that we've taken this assessment this year. Remember, we took it in the fall, and then we took it also in January. And so this assessment is meant to monitor our programming and how we do with our reading supports. It does measure your word knowledge and so in comprehension. This is the fill-in-the-blank assessment. It's a closed reading, so you read the passages, and then there's words, multiple choice words that you put into that assessment. All right, so this is something you've done before. It's just going to look a little bit different this time because we're doing it on a computer. This Thursday, your teachers will not be posting any additional work for you, so you can focus completely on this assessment, which shouldn't take you the entire day, but I do want you to take your time with it and put your best effort into it. That way the data is good for us as far as is accurate. So parents, if you are listening, you should have received an email last Monday in the weekly attendance report with a letter about the DRP in it. This is just one section from that letter. You can help by watching from a distance. This is not a joint activity. This is not an assessment of the parents. So please do not participate in the assessment. You can help by ensuring that there's minimal background noise. There shouldn't be a bunch of extraneous stuff going on. And then afterwards, we're going to be seeing what data we get that we can share so that you can see how your child did on the assessment, how they've done all year long. I'll have to work on that because I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like when it comes down the other end, how shareable that is. But I'll figure it out. Students, this is an assessment that's used for data purposes so that we can best understand how we're doing, how well our instruction and our curriculum and programming support students and their reading progress. So I really need you to be focused on it and take it seriously, but do it honestly. This is an honor system thing. This doesn't impact your grade. It doesn't impact your promotion. It's really just so that we understand how we're doing as a school. And so I need you to take it seriously, but also really take it, all right? The assessment is also going to be very important when we're making decisions for supporting you, 6th and 7th grade students. Next year, 8th graders, you will be moving on to high school, but it's still important for us to understand how we did this year. So please, everyone, take it seriously, and spend your time doing it wisely. Students, you'll receive a unique login and password for this assessment. This is Tuesday, the 26th. I'll send this a little bit later today. This Thursday, the link for the DRP website will be posted in your Google Classrooms. I'm going to put it on my Gray White Classroom. I'll also have a link to this video, a link to another support video, and a link to the slide deck that we are looking at right now. So if you have any questions, you want to go back and reference this stuff, you have access to everything. Okay, so everyone, like I said at the top of this, please watch the entire video to understand the features of the DRP assessment and how to do this. Okay. So on Thursday, you'll receive this link. You can actually, it's open now, but Thursday you'll be given time to do this. You will receive your username and your ID. Okay, you're going to log in with that specific username and ID. This is different from any username and ID you've received before, so don't try and put your BC email in there. I will be sending an email with your specific username and password to you later today. Okay, you can use that to get into this site. Once you get in, you will see the tests that are available to you. Okay, the tests will be highlighted in blue. Okay, you click on that. So right now we're looking at a 7th grade ELA test. All right, so you would click on that text. That would take you into the test. At the start of the test, okay, there are a couple of sample questions that'll tell you how to do this. All right, so remember for this assessment, you read the sentence and then there's an answer choice. Okay, S1 is sample 1, and then these are the answers that you can choose from. So it was sunny and hot for days, then the blank changed. It turned cloudy and cool. All right, so here you would read your answer choices, price, job, size, road, weather. All right, and I would select D, weather, and so if you click on D, okay, it'll fill in D here, okay, and then you can see the answers for the sample are there. And when you're ready to try another sample item, you click next page, which is this little button right here, all right, and you go to the next page. Now, there are some tools at the bottom of the screen, or the top of the screen, sorry, the bottom of the screen right here when you're taking the assessment. Okay, those tools are larger text, smaller text, reset text size, highlighter, underliner, line reader, and answer eliminator. Okay, so larger text is going to make the text bigger if you can't read it. Smaller text will make it smaller. And reset text size will turn it back to the regular setting that it starts off at. Highlighter, if you would like to highlight any section, you can use that highlighter and highlight. And you can also underline. So those tools that you usually use when you're reading and you're taking assessments in class on paper, those are still available to you. Answer eliminator. So for answer eliminator, it will let you strike out answer choices you know are wrong. So like for this, then the blank changed. It turned cloudy and cool. Okay, if I knew price didn't make any sense, then I would use the answer eliminator and I would get rid of A. That's really important if you're trying to choose between a couple of answer choices, but you're not quite sure what. You can get rid of the other answers that you know are wrong. Okay. So navigating through this assessment, you will notice that there's 3 blue buttons here at the top. Those are the 3 buttons that you really need to be aware of and use. Even if you didn't use any of the tools down here, okay, you need to be able to select an answer choice and you need to be able to navigate through the test with these buttons. All right, so this left and right arrow will let you move forward and backwards in the assessment. Okay, you can click an arrow without choosing an answer choice, so be aware of that. 1, because you can skip an answer choice if you would like and come back to it later, but 2, don't get hung up and stuck on something. All right, if you really don't know something, okay, you can move forward. When you are reading, okay, you're going to read those passages, your answer choices will be here. Okay, there's a little review button. Okay, the review button you can click if it's a question that you weren't quite sure about or you wanted to make sure you came back to. Okay, it's like making a little note on your paper test that you want to come back and look at it again. Okay, so if you click that little review button, okay, there's going to be an option at the very end of the test to go back and take another look at that question. All right, so that's just a little note to yourself that you want to go back and see it again. The review tab is how you do that. And once you click that review button, when you do review, it will take you to that review screen. Now, this is important. Okay, when you are done taking the test, say you've gone through and you've clicked every right arrow, you've chosen all the answers, and you're done. You're ready to go. You feel good about it. Okay, you must click that review button. And clicking that review button will take you to a screen that looks like this. And you notice that there's a submit test button here. That is what you must click in order to be done with this assessment. So if you do every single question but you don't click submit test, it's not going to record your answers. So please, please, please make sure that you click submit test when you're done. Now, on that review screen, you'll see that every single question is up here. All right. If they're purple, there's a little key here. If they're purple, that means you wanted to review them. You chose a little review check. Okay. If they are red, it means that you skip them and they are blank. All right. And then if they're done, they're just going to be crossed through or checked through in white. All right. So anything that you checked, you chose an answer choice, you felt good about it, you didn't want to review it, okay, it's going to be in white there. All right. So once you're here, you can actually go back and you can click on any of these questions. So if you want to click on this purple 3 or this purple 35, you could do that. All right. Once you are finished with the test, again, once you're finished with the test, you click submit test. All right, so that's all of the tools and that's how to use it. Again, I'm going to share the slide deck with you so you can see everything, but I wanted you to just hear my voice as I walk you through some of it. The last thing of it is if you are working hard on this and you've done it, for a good amount of time and you need to take a break, if you log out and log back in this window, it will let you back in the test if you haven't submitted it yet. All right, so please Again, this is the 5th time I think I've said this, but I'm going to say it again. Please take your time with this, be focused with this, be honest when you're completing this assessment, and do your very best so that we can use this data to plan for next year and just to reflect on how we've done this year. All right, if you have any questions or if you need any support with this, you can always email me and I will be happy to help out. Thank you very much and have a good day.